Hi, welcome to Illinois Association for College Admission Counseling virtual fairs. We're so excited to have you here with us. I am going to turn it over, but before I do, just some quick reminders. Again, I didn't introduce myself, I'm sorry. My name is Laura Doherty. I'm the Associate Director of Admission at Southwestern University down here in Georgetown, Texas, outside of Austin. And I used to be the college counselor at Fenwick High School in Oak Park, Illinois. So I'm very happy to be here with you. Just some quick reminders. You can ask questions in the Q&A. And I'm going to turn it over to Indiana University. So Scott, you want to take it away?
Thanks so much, Laura. Hi, everybody. My name is Scott Siegel. I'm the Senior Associate Director of Admissions at Indiana University Bloomington, joined by my colleague, Emily Messia, as well as one of our great students from IU, who is also an Illinois native from the Naperville area. Caroline will be joining us and sharing some of her current IU experiences, although both Emily and I are alumni as well. Emily and I are the two regional admissions directors that work with students in Illinois. So we are both based outside of Bloomington. We're a lot closer to all of you. And we do divide the Chicago area as well as the state of Illinois between the two of us, because we do have close to 1,000 freshmen every year from Illinois. So a lot of great interest in Indiana. And so Emily, why don't you introduce yourself and share what parts of the state and the Chicago area that you cover, and I'll do the same, and then we'll get started and have Caroline introduce herself.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. As Scott said, I'm the second regional here in the Chicagoland area. I live in actually Chicago, the north side, in Lincoln Square. So my territory is basically every county in the state of Illinois, with the exception of Lake and McHenry County. I also have all CPS schools within Cook County, non-CPS schools south of North Avenue, and then I also have District 211. Sorry.
Great. And I cover Lake and McHenry County, as well as Cook County north of North Avenue, with the exception of schools in the city of Chicago. And so you can find that information on our website as well. So don't feel like you've got to commit that to memory who your person is. You can just go to admissions.indiana.edu and click on the Meet Your Admissions Counselor tab, and you'll see all of our territories there. But I'll let Caroline introduce herself, and then I'll get started with the PowerPoint.
Yeah, so my name is Caroline. Like Scott said, I'm from Naperville, suburb of Chicago. I'm a junior here at IU, and I'm studying accounting and finance, and I have a minor in psychology, and I'm excited to talk about IU today. I love it, so.
Great, thanks so much. So I'm going to share my screen and go ahead and start the presentation here. We're pleased to welcome you and have you join us to learn a little bit more about Indiana University. I think we're going to all turn off our cameras just so that you can concentrate more on the presentation as opposed to looking at all of us. So what we are doing here is giving you the opportunity to learn more about Indiana University. While we would certainly love to welcome you to Bloomington and host you for a college visit, currently we're not able to do that. IU continues to monitor the ever-changing situation with COVID-19 very closely, and we do offer updated information resources to the IU community and to prospective students at coronavirus.iu.edu. We know that in these challenging times, you're still working on having your college search. And so we want to bring the best of Indiana University to you. So at IU Bloomington, not only will you live on an amazing campus, but in a diverse and welcoming community that sets us apart from most schools. As a student, you'll become a member of a student body that embraces diversity, consisting of more than 33,000 undergraduates from all 50 states and 140 different countries, all with varying cultural, political, socioeconomic, ethnic, and religious backgrounds. We're a university rich in history and tradition. Established in 1820, IU has built a strong tradition of excellence and innovation both in and out of the classroom. From nationally recognized academic programs to Division I varsity athletics, all on one of the most beautiful campuses in the country. IU will offer you the best of both worlds. Academically, you'll study at a prestigious university with the flexibility that encourages your creativity and exploration. We offer 12 schools and colleges at IU with world-renowned academic programs. Some of you may be familiar with some of these programs. The Kelley School of Business is consistently ranked among the nation's best business schools. Kelley helps students gain business knowledge, confidence, and the necessary fortitude for career success. The Jacobs School of Music is certainly one of the best-known music schools, not only in the United States, but around the world, training performers, educators, and other professionals who influence music globally. We also have a very well-known media school at IU, offers programs in journalism, communications, film and TV production, and gaming, all in the context of a broad liberal arts education. IU is also very well known for languages. The Hamilton Lugar School of Global and International Studies prepares students to be global leaders who can grapple with tomorrow's international issues. At IU, we teach over 75 different foreign languages, more than almost any other university in the United States, and have 4 flagship programs in Mandarin, Turkish, Arabic, and Russian. Those are all sponsored by the Department of Defense and are the highest level of undergraduate language instruction in those 4 languages. And then certainly at IU, we do have a very strong history in the arts and sciences. The College of Arts and Sciences is IU's largest academic unit, home to more than 80 undergraduate majors in disciplines such as literature, biology, religious studies, mathematics, political science, and theater arts. Students in the college receive a liberal arts education with specific coursework led by world-class faculty. And all students at IU will take classes within the College of Arts and Sciences at some point in their career, as there is a liberal arts tradition at IU. But our 12 schools offer more than 200 majors to choose from, meaning there's something for everybody. You have the opportunity to specialize in all of your interests by combining majors into double or triple majors. You can even add minors inside or outside your area of study. You can even create your own major through our individualized major program. Some examples include underwater archaeology, theatrical linguistics, enigmatology, which is the study of puzzles, and we even had a student create his own major in comedy a few years ago, taking the best of classes like theater arts and linguistics and psychology and history to create his own major in comedy, and is now a comedy writer out in Southern California. So lots of different options. IU will offer you the flexibility to explore over 4,000 classes every semester and give you up to 2 years to officially declare a major. At IU, nearly 60% of our incoming freshmen actually start off in what's called the University Division. Students who enter in through this unique entry point at IU will have the freedom to explore multiple interests, get expert guidance on combining majors and minors, and design a course of study that's perfect for them. After choosing their academic path, University Division students apply to the school or major of interest and then complete that school's prerequisites. While the majority of our incoming freshmen enter IU through the University Division, we do offer a number of direct admit programs. Direct admission is offered to students who meet certain academic criteria and have listed a major on their application from a school that offers direct admission. Those who qualify for direct admission will receive notification of admission into that first choice school after receiving your offer of admission to Indiana University. We want you to personalize your education, and we give you the tools to do so at IU. So Caroline, can you remind us of your academic interests and tell us how you chose your major and or minors and what your academic experience has been like so far at IU?
Yeah, so I am an accounting and finance major in the Kelley School of Business with a minor in psychology. I was a direct admit to the Kelley School of Business, so I got my direct admission like a couple weeks after I had gotten accepted to Indiana. Even within the Kelley School, there's tons of majors to choose from, so I really relied on like academic advisors and my teachers to help me kind of decide I wanted to do accounting and finance. And psychology, I added as a minor because I took the first psychology class as a gen ed and thought it was really interesting. And so talked to my advisor, figured out how I could get a minor and what classes I needed to take. And that's kind of how I ended up where I am today. So.
Great, thanks so much. So not only will you take classes with and learn from your peers at IU, you'll work closely with and learn from faculty who are experts in their respective fields. They're leaders in teaching, research, and performance. Our amazing faculty will teach you in a variety of class sizes and formats, from lectures to seminars, even one-on-one instruction. Our average class size is right around 30 students, with fewer than 6% of classes having 100 or more students, and a student-to-faculty ratio of 16:1. Faculty are available outside the classroom as well, holding weekly office hours, sponsoring clubs and organizations, and even adopting residence hall floors. You will find faculty who are involved and have a passion for teaching and for learning. All the while, you'll be in a supportive environment that exists to ensure your academic and personal success. With access to academic advisors who specialize in your area of study, and if you change your interests or major, your academic advisor will change as well. IU offers advising in several formats: one-on-one, small group, phone, email, and walk-in sessions. You'll have access to academic support center tutoring locations in all residential hall neighborhoods, offering free individual and group tutoring. Our Student Academic Center offers individualized academic assessment and assistance, as well as classes and workshops. You'll also have access to technology and resources, including 24 on-campus libraries, such as the Herman B. Wells Library. The Wells Library Learning Commons is open 24/7 with individual, group, and multimedia workstations, and it's the size of nearly 6 NCAA basketball courts. If you come to IU, you'll recognize that we measure a lot of things by NCAA basketball courts. Additionally, you'll have the opportunity to become a member of our prestigious Hutton Honors College, which provides the feel of a small liberal arts college with the resources of a large and distinguished university. Students take rigorous courses, research with faculty, have opportunities for scholarships and grants for study abroad opportunities, meet and host campus visitors and dignitaries, and can live in Hutton Honors Living Learning communities. Approximately 10% of our freshman class joins the Honors College each year. Admitted students are automatically considered, and eligible students will receive an invitation within a few weeks of receiving their admissions notification. I'm going to turn it back over to Caroline, who can tell us about the faculty you've worked with or the types of support you've received or utilized, either as a student at Kelly or other resources that you've taken advantage of on campus.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely for the bigger lecture hall classes I've had, some of those freshman year classes everyone has to take. All of them included discussion sections, which gave more like a one-on-one feel with smaller classes, which was so beneficial to me, especially in those early accounting classes that were really hard. And then teachers have office hours, and those are so helpful, especially when you're just confused about things. And then this year, my teachers have continued to do office hours. They just have a Zoom open for me to go in, and I've definitely utilized those this year. And in terms of academic support, there's so much help everywhere. Freshman year, I went to academic support in my dorm for the math class that I was taking, and that is the sole reason I passed that class, because there were people willing to help me and walk through homework. So there's definitely an abundance of resources and always someone who's willing to help you out.
Great, thanks, Caroline. And you mentioned the residence halls. Our residence halls provide a crucial space where you'll find your community at IU. As a freshman, you'll live on campus and have fantastic opportunities for support and connection. You'll meet and live with others from around the world. You can choose from 4 neighborhoods, and you have the option to live with others who share similar interests and hobbies in one of our 20 living learning communities. Some of these this year include our Women in Science, Technology, and Informatics community, our Outdoor Adventure community, our Fitness and Wellness community, Civic Leaders, which is sponsored by the O'Neill School of Public and Environmental Affairs, that is designed for students that are interested in leadership and student government and being an active leader on campus. Also a service component to living there. The Kelly School of Business has the Kelly LLC. Inspire is a part of our School of Education, so you can live with other students who are interested in education or media, or the arts. So great ways to live with students who hopefully you have something in common with, kind of a built-in study group. You'd have some of the same freshman year classes with students from your building or your hall, and then additional faculty interaction, upper class mentors, just a great way to really feel that sense of community right away living on campus. Housing applications open in early February, and the housing assignments are made on a priority basis. So preferences are accommodated in the order in which they were received, but keep in mind that we do require that all freshmen live on campus. So not only will you receive a world-class education with amazing academic opportunities and support services, you'll have thousands of opportunities to find your place outside of our classrooms. More than 750 student clubs and organizations, from political and student government to social, religious, and performance. In addition, IU has more than 70 Greek life organizations. About 20% of our undergraduates are involved with fraternities and sororities. We also have 55 different intramural and club sports, meaning you'll have no shortage of activities to stay involved with outside the classroom. Additionally, you'll become part of a world-class arts and culture community with more than 1,500 artistic and cultural performances each year, from student music performances through the world-renowned Jacobs School of Music, operas, ballets, voice and instrumental recitals. The amazing IU Auditorium offers professional productions, popular music groups, cultural performances, and guest lecturers. Just a few of the productions that have happened at the IU Auditorium over the last couple of years include Chance the Rapper, the touring Broadway production of Rent, Trevor Noah, Elf the Musical, Finding Neverland. So it's a 3,500 seat Art Deco auditorium right in the heart of campus that is the hub of all the cultural activities that go on, not only on campus, but really in Bloomington. IU is rich in both history and tradition. IU students are very passionate and engaged in both the campus and community. Our students have a long tradition of giving back through great events like IU Dance Marathon, where each November, hundreds of IU students dance for 36 hours straight to raise money for Riley Hospital for Children. During Welcome Week, the week before classes start each fall, our campus and community come together for Culture Fest, a unique celebration of the cultural diversity that makes us one of the most international universities in the country. At Culture Fest, student organizations, campus culture leaders, and local restaurants unite to help new and returning students experience the unique and diverse culture that is Indiana University. Our students have amazing school spirit and support their fellow Hoosiers in a wide variety of events and activities, including our Division I Big Ten varsity sports. As a Hoosier, you'll have the opportunity to cheer on our 24 men's and women's varsity teams who make IU fans proud to wear cream and crimson. So I'll turn it back over to Caroline. If you've got, tell us a little bit about your involvement on campus and what your freshman year was like living in Bloomington in the residence halls, what you're involved with outside the classroom.
Yeah, absolutely. So kind of related to my major within Kelly, I'm in a business fraternity, which has been such a great opportunity to meet people and kind of focus on the professional side, but also like meet a lot of friends. And I did that first semester freshman year. But outside of the classroom, I've been able to like get involved in things that I'm passionate about too. So I did join a sorority on campus. It's been a really good experience for me living with a lot of my friends and getting some leadership opportunities. And then I also joined IUDM that we talked about. Such an amazing experience. Now I get to work directly with the Riley kids because of the committee I'm on, which is really cool. And students here are so passionate about IUDM. It's amazing. And I would say I got involved with a lot of those things in my freshman year. I really enjoyed living in the residence halls freshman year because I made so many friends on my floor and just like had so much fun and getting to do a lot of the traditions that we have. I went to Culture Fest like the first week with my whole floor and my RA and got to see a lot of cool things and eat a lot of cool food that was there. So there's definitely not a shortage of things to do and people to meet here at IU.
Great, thanks. So much like Caroline, you'll experience all of this on one of the most beautiful college campuses in the country with amazing architecture, gardens, open green spaces, wooded areas, and walking paths that make IU a fantastic home for your college experience. You'll also be moving to the wonderful and welcoming college town of Bloomington, where you'll be a valued member of our community that offers great restaurants, shopping, theaters, festivals, as well as a host of community and volunteer organizations. You know, I would say if you came down to visit us in Bloomington and you talk to some current students like Caroline, they would probably tell you as many things as they love about the community of Bloomington as they do about IU. They're really synonymous with one another, and our students certainly find a great home living in Bloomington and taking advantage of all of the great places to go out to eat, to see live music, to see theater, comedy clubs, recreation trails, art galleries, farmers market in the warmer months. It's really a great place to live for 4 years. So finally, you'll be prepared to succeed through connections to the world beyond Indiana University. Your IU education will prepare you for careers not yet imagined and give you the unique opportunity to layer and combine programs as mentioned earlier. You'll be prepared for tomorrow's careers. We value the importance of applying your IU education in the real world and give you these opportunities through experiential learning. At IU, we're already thinking about your future. Programs like the Center of Excellence for Women in Technology, which helps female students at IU get access to scholarships and internships, and the O'Neill School's Washington Leadership Program, which allows students to live, work, and learn in Washington, D.C. while receiving IU credit. Both of these programs take the IU education to the next level and prepare students to enter the job market. There are also undergraduate research opportunities, even for our freshmen. And there are more than 200 research centers and institutes that offer opportunities not only in the sciences, but also in many fields like education, business, and the arts. And so we'll actually ask on the application if you have any interest in undergraduate research so you can be connected with those opportunities right away as an incoming freshman. And then additionally, we encourage students to seek out internships as early as their first year. These internships will allow you to connect with potential employers, help you gain experience, and try out future career paths. Typically, we offer a robust overseas study program, but due to the current public health concerns related to COVID-19, there are some uncertainties surrounding future study abroad programs and opportunities. Our Office of Overseas Study offers great support and resources to students as they explore programs and while studying abroad. And we certainly hope that by the time that any of you who are listening today would be students on our campus will once again be able to offer a wide variety of study abroad experiences. You can choose from 380 different programs located in more than 50 different countries, where you can study in 18 languages, including English. IU is among the top 10 among research universities for the number of students who study abroad, with about 3,000 students who study abroad each year. You can earn credit and even participate in internships as part of your overseas experience. We prepare IU students for global careers, and IU offers more than 70 different languages, more than any other public university. Speaking of career preparation, at IU, we don't just have one career office that works with everybody, but each school has its own career center, which means you'll find so many ways to start preparing for your future, from internship fairs to mock interviews, and from career coaching sessions to actually sitting down with recruiters from top companies. We host more than 1,300 recruiting employers annually. Additionally, for those interested in pursuing advanced degrees, we offer advising centers like our Health Professions and Pre-Law Center that specialize in assisting students gain entrance to medical and law schools, in addition to other graduate and professional programs. You'll be connected to one of the largest living alumni networks in the world, with more than 500,000 Hoosier alumni living worldwide who are leaders in the arts, entertainment, politics, business, and athletics. So our students aren't just ready to start their careers by the time they graduate, they've already started. So I'll turn it back over to Caroline, and she can tell us maybe a little bit about some of the unique opportunities that you've taken advantage of at IU or that you plan to in your continuing time with us.
Yeah, so I haven't had the chance to study abroad because of everything that's going on, but there's so many opportunities that I know my friends have taken advantage of and hopefully will be options for people in the future. There's a class within my major that you can go to a different country for 10 days, or if you want to go for a whole semester or a summer. So a lot of my friends have taken advantage of that, and I've really enjoyed their experiences doing that. So hopefully I'll get to do that in the future. As for just like the services and especially career services that are available, I have definitely taken full advantage of those. I have taken classes that allow me to set up a LinkedIn and go through my resume. I've dropped into the Career Center and just asked them to run through a mock interview with me, or just if I have simple questions, like connecting with companies or anything like that. I've also been able to get connected to a lot of alumni. I will say that the Hoosier alumni are always happy to help out a Hoosier. So if you just shoot them an email or something like that, they are always so helpful. And the Hoosier pride runs deep. So I've definitely taken advantage of that and seen the rewards from it.
Great. So I think I'm going to turn the mic over to Emily, who's going to jump in and talk a little bit more about the admissions process at Indiana University, and then we'll open it up for questions after that.
Thanks, Scott. Yeah, so let's shift gears a little bit and talk about the process to apply to Indiana University. If you have not started the application, there are 3 different ways in which you can apply to IU. The application on our website, the Common App, or the Coalition application. We do not have a preference on which application you choose to submit. However, please only submit 1 application. Also worth noting, if you are applying through the Common App application, please be aware that the required essay for admissions is the IU Writing Supplemental Essay. The Common App essays are not reused in our review process. So there are a couple things that we need for your application to be considered complete. They are as follows: the application to the university, your application fee or fee waiver if you are eligible for one, the IU specific essay, your official high school transcript sent directly from your high school, and then the SAT or ACT if applicable. IU is test optional as of this year. So we encourage you to make sure that your application is complete by November 1st. November 1st is our deadline for maximum consideration for admissions as well as scholarships. It's also might be a deadline for many of our direct admit automatic consideration programs as well. To be considered complete by this date, again, you have to submit all of those required pieces, not just the application itself. So if you are a senior in high school right now, make sure that you're completing your application by November 1st. So let's also talk about self-report and test optional. So this year, you have the opportunity to decide if you'd like to have your scores self-reported. So basically what self-report means is that you can plug in your scores on the application instead of logging into the College Board and having those scores submitted to us directly. This does allow you to kind of not have to wait on the College Board to submit your test scores. However, please be aware that if you are doing self-report on the application, we do expect your official scores when they are submitted to match the scores listed on the application or be higher. Additionally, IU is test optional this year, so that means it is entirely up to you if you would like to submit your test scores. Also worth noting, some of our direct admit programs do require that your test scores be on file for automatic consideration for direct admission. However, we certainly understand because of COVID this year, you may not have taken the exam just yet. So if you apply as test optional, you can submit test scores through January 15th of your senior year. Oh, and this again just states what I just said. So make sure that if you are, yeah, thank you, Scott. So what are we considering for admissions to the university? So we're looking at your academic profile at the time of admission. So we're looking for at least 34 college prep credits or 34 semesters, specifically looking at your academic courses in English, math, science, social science, and foreign language. We also are looking at the specific types of courses you're taking. For example, IU does require 7 semesters of a math, with 1 semester being in trig, pre-calc, or calc. If you've taken trig your junior year and then you've decided to take stats your senior year, that does satisfy our requirements. IU also does require 2 years of a foreign language. They can be in separate languages as well. We're also looking at the rank and rigor of your courses. We love to see things like AP, IB, honors courses in some situations, as long as it is appropriate to your skill level. Meaning if you're going to excel at an AP math class, you should absolutely be taking that math class. But if you're just going to get a decent grade in a normal math class, you should be taking that as well. We're also going to be factoring in your weighted or unweighted GPA. So whatever your high school provides is the GPA that we use for admissions considerations. And then if you decide to include your test scores, we'll also factor that into our decision. And then the final thing that we'll also factor in when we're making a decision on your application is the application essay. So this year, this essay is a 200 to 400 word essay where you will be asked to describe your academic and career plans and any special interests that you are eager to pursue at IU. You may also share any unusual circumstances, challenges, or obstacles you have encountered in pursuit of your education and how you've overcome these challenges. My role, as well as Scott's role in this whole process, is to be your advocate for admissions. So if there's anything that you would like for us to know on your behalf that we can advocate, this is your opportunity to let us know. So here's also a quick snapshot of our middle 50% range. For GPA, it's a 3.61 to 4.0. SAT is an 1160 to 1370. That's your math and critical reading portion only. And the ACT is a 25 to 32. If you're falling within these ranges, we do consider you to be a strong competitive applicant for admissions. However, if you are slightly below that, we certainly still encourage you to apply. So the timeline for admissions, as I mentioned, if you apply by November 1st with a completed application, you will receive a decision no later than January 15th. However, we do operate on sort of a rolling modified admissions, which means as soon as your application is considered complete, we do typically start to review your application, and I would say roughly about a 4 to 6 week timeline at that point. I don't think we've actually just started to release decisions just yet, but we will probably soon within the next couple of weeks. If you apply by February 1st, you'll receive a decision no later than March 15th, and then applications received after February 1st are reviewed on a case-by-case space available basis. So let's talk about some academic scholarships. So as I mentioned, if you apply by November 1st to Indiana University, you'll be considered for those merit-based awards. The first one that I want to talk about is called academic scholarships, specifically the Dean's Scholarship for our out-of-state students. Right now it's anywhere from $1,000 to $11,000 a year for 4 years. So basically this is awarded based on your academic profile at the time of admission. This will also come shortly after your offer of admissions from our office. The other scholarship that you'll also be considered for, or the category, is called the Selective Scholarship Application. Selective Scholarship Application is based on things like your major, organizations on campus, and if you're eligible to apply for these, they'll also be in your offer of admissions email from our office. It will come in the form of a link. Please click that link and it will take you to those applications for more information on how you can apply for those opportunities. The dollar amount does range. It's anywhere from a few hundred to several $1,000s. So it is worthwhile that you are clicking that link and submitting that information if you have received it. A lot of students don't even click that link. So make sure that you are one of the students that are following through with those scholarship opportunities. And then of course we do have financial aid opportunities based on the FAFSA. So the FAFSA form is typically what your parents or guardians fill out on your behalf for any government grants, loans, work studies, those types of things. IU is a need-blind school, which means it is entirely up to you if you would like to submit your application for this FAFSA. However, we encourage you to do so, as some scholarships, not the ones that were previously mentioned, do encourage you or require you to have that on file. So again, it's completely free to you and we encourage you to do that. And typically, I think it's October 1st when that application becomes available. And then finally, if you have any other questions or you'd like to come check us out virtually, we encourage you to do so. At this point, we're only having virtual visits on campus. We have a fantastic virtual tour where you can kind of click through campus if you have not gotten a chance to do so. We encourage that. We also have several other virtual appointments, such as the Discover IU Day. We also have individual academic virtual sessions too. So if you want more specific information, such as the Kelley School of Business, you can certainly sign up for an appointment to do that. So I think we'll open it up for any questions that there is now.
So Emily, I did see that there was one question in the Q&A that I certainly I think everyone would want to know the answer to, particularly those folks who are juniors or younger. The question is test optional only for this year or going forward? This student would be applying for fall 2022. So IU made the decision to go test optional before COVID. So back in January, that decision was announced. And so I think that really puts everybody in a great position because that was the plan all along. And so it is a fully formed plan to evaluate students for admission and for scholarships and for additional opportunities like honors and direct admission to first choice major, all of those things for students without a test score, and that will continue on. This is not just a one-year thing. This is the new status for the university. We were the first in the Big Ten to go test optional. So another great question, is there any way to start being a part of IU or anything to plan ahead or get involved in at IU as a hopeful future student? So certainly by being here today, hopefully we've piqued your interest a little bit in terms of the opportunities that are available in Bloomington. As Emily mentioned, we're not quite ready to start inviting visitors to campus yet. If you are going to be in the area, there is a self-guided as well as a driving tour. We ask that if you are on campus, either inside or outside, that you and your family or whoever you're with do wear a mask. There are great opportunities to stay connected with us through social media that you can follow us. We have a presence across all the different social media platforms. We do have a wide variety of different pre-college programs that typically happen in the summer. And so if you have an interest in business or the arts or sciences or the environment and sustainability, there are opportunities for underclass students to come and do summer programs with us, stay in the residence halls, get to know campus a little bit better, meet and take courses or learn from faculty. There are certainly other athletic type camps that are available as well during the summer. So you can continue to explore those things on our website. There's a pre-college program tab where you can take a look at everything that we have available. So yeah, go ahead and pop any other questions that you might have into the Q&A there. It looks like we maybe have about 5 minutes left together. Caroline, did you have anything else that you wanted to add about your experience? We usually like to have the student have the last word in terms of the presentation. If there is anything, about IU, anything special that you feel like you wanted to share, why you chose IU and why you've stayed at IU?
Yeah, I can definitely touch on why I chose IU. So I'm from the Chicago suburbs, so everyone kind of, not everyone, but a lot of people come to IU, and I was kind of nervous about that. But IU is kind of like the perfect distance from home, where my parents can't pop in on the weekends, but can come see me if they want. So that's kind of what first attracted me to IU, and then just the business school really attracted me because I knew that's what I wanted my major to be. But I would say the biggest thing that I solidified my decision to come to IU was I came on a visit and got to talk to a lot of faculty and got to talk to students, kind of like you're hearing from me right now, and just saw how excited they were to have me on campus and be able to talk to me and interested in my learning experience. I knew that if I came to IU, there was going to be a lot of opportunities for me to get involved and learn a lot. And that is been very true and beyond my expectations. There's so much I've been able to do on campus outside of the classroom, but also in the classroom where I've just learned so much and also grown as a person too. So I would say IU has been a place that's been, perfect for me and exactly what I expected and even more. So.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. So yeah, we just have a couple of minutes left. If there aren't any other questions in the Q&A here, I guess I'll turn it back over to our good friend Laura Doherty, and with any other parting words from Illinois IACAC.
We're going to do one last call for questions. Anybody have a question? I always, as a former high school counselor, I'm going to ask this, Caroline, I'm going to put you on the spot. Is there anything you would change about Indiana University?
Oh, that's a really hard question.
And that's good.
I don't know. I don't really think so. That's a cheesy answer. But I just feel like I said, IU has been above my expectations completely. So I think it's exactly kind of what I wanted from a college. So exactly what I wanted.
That's fantastic. That's awesome. Well, thank you all for joining us. We're so happy you were able to be here. And at the end of this, when I hit conclude, you're going to have a survey. So there's going to be 4 questions for you to fill out. So if you could do that for us, that would be great. But I want to thank Scott, Caroline, and Emily. Thank you so much for joining us. There are other colleges, sorry, earmuffs for Indiana University. There are other colleges doing these types of sessions. So please go to IACAC.org and check out the schedule of events and join us for all of those. All right, have a great evening, everybody. And thank you, Scott, Caroline, and Emily. This was fantastic. All right, take care.